Hey, ready? I hope you guys are having a good weekend and staying warm and cozy in the snow. So here's your welcome video for week 3. How exciting! So week 3 is all about this idea of who gets to be quote unquote lucky in our society. We've been talking about concepts like equal and privilege, and now we're going to talk about this idea of who gets to be lucky. And the key thing I want you thinking about this week is what we really mean by that word. And when we say lucky, we don't mean lucky like, yay, I won the lottery, or something really unlucky. Like, for example, today I got rear-ended in my car on my way out of a parking lot, which sucks. Luckily, my car was not damaged, but it was really unlucky that somebody hit the back of my car. What a bummer. So, but that's not what we mean by lucky when, or at least that's not what Amy Hunter means by lucky. And so that's what I want you thinking about this week as you get ready to write essay 1. So let me take you through a couple things in our week's work. First, it's really important to get started on it right away. There's a lot of stuff to do, so make sure you don't wait until the end of the week to do it. Okay, first thing, here is your reading for this week. Let's actually go into the folder. There's a couple things I want to show you. Here's the online version of the reading. So if you have tried out Hypothesis, you can read it online. I'm sorry. There she is. She would like you to give her dinner now, please. I shouldn't try to make videos when my dog is hungry. Anyway, you could use this online version of the reading. If you click here, it'll take you right over there. And if you have Hypothesis, you can use Hypothesis to take notes right there on the screen. If you don't have Hypothesis, don't worry about it. I'm going to come right back to our week 3. Here we are. There's also a Word document version, right? These are the same things. You don't have to do 2 different readings. These are the same ones. This is on the internet, this is on the line, this is online, and this one is a Word document. Let me make sure that you guys can see this. Okay, I'm gonna come over here, right? And I'm gonna click here. And you see right there, it downloaded. Then I can open up the document. There's Word opening up. I know it's really exciting, huh? Watching Word open. There's Word, and then I can take notes using Microsoft Word. Okay, so I can do stuff like underline. If I want to underline, I just highlight what it says, and then I come up here and click underline. I can make notes, for example, like if I wanted to make a comment over here, right? I mean, move this. I would come over here to review. Just catching up. Let's go to review. Okay, and then I can make comments too. So I can highlight something and I can come over here, click comments, and I can make a comment. So that's how you could use the Word tools to make some notes, and then you can save your document. Okay, so make sure you're reading and annotating. And by annotating, I mean you're looking for things that just seem really important to you, things that connect to work we've already done, or things that you have questions about. You're going to be using a couple of different sources in Essay 1, so make sure you're doing that annotating. It's really important. It will help you a lot for Essay 1. So that's your reading. Okay, you are going to watch this video, Lucky Zip Codes. So let's go to the video. The video is a little complicated. There's a lot going on in the video. So one thing that can help you is by turning on the closed captioning. So you're going to need to take notes in the video. You're probably going to have to watch the video more than once because there is a lot happening. Don't worry about making sure you understand every last word of everything she says because it is complicated. But I want you to focus on what she means by lucky, and also focus on what she says about fictive kinship. What is she talking about when she talks about fictive kinship and how we can all get along with each other a little better? If you want to take notes, if you want to turn on the closed captioning, just come right down here to where it says closed captions, and the captions will be on. And that way you can see what she's saying as well as hear what she's saying, and it makes it a little easier to take notes. Okay, so that is your reading and your video. Then you have your discussion board. So your discussion board for this week is about what kind of problems you have when you're writing. And And that's for two things. That's one, so that you can start thinking about your writing just in terms of problems that you need to solve, and also so that you can keep practicing responding well to each other. So keep using those skills of active listening. There's a couple of videos in the announcements about that. Active listening is when you summarize what somebody says and repeat it back to them and ask if you understand it right. It's things like asking open-ended questions or looking for more information, or showing just that you're interested in what the person is saying. It's a really, really good and important skill to learn, to have, not just to use in college, but also like to be a good person and to be a good listener. So check out those active listening videos. Finally, your big assignment this week is 2 draft body paragraphs for essay 1. So I'm going to come over, I'm going to go enter the folder. Okay, there's the reading, there's the video, there's the discussion board, and here's the draft body paragraphs assignment. Essay 1, the final version, is going to be due next week. This week you're just doing some paragraphs to get you started. And they're body paragraphs, not the introduction, but the body. Now, some people do need to write the introduction to get started, so if you need to do that, that's fine. It's okay, but make sure you have the body paragraphs as well. I'm going to come right over here. I'm going to click where it says Who Gets to Be Lucky, and it's going to do that download thing again, and we're going to take a quick look at the assignment. Okay, so I'm coming over here. I'm clicking Who Gets to Be Lucky, and I'm going to open up the assignment. Okay, oh, it had a problem. Okay, so maybe there's a problem. I'm just going to come look at the assignment. I'll make sure that that's fixed. All right, so here's the assignment. So the final version is 3 pages. That's due a week from this Friday. This Friday is just the draft paragraphs. Here's all the resources that we've looked at so far. In your essay, you're going to use at least 2 of them, and you're going to have to use Amy Hunter, because the whole question is who gets to be lucky. Okay, so make sure you're really digging into that Amy Hunter video, and then using some of the other readings. I'd really like you to use Alan Johnson with this, but you can do some thinking about which one works for you. Okay, you have to use at least 2 sources. Don't wait until the last minute to start it. You're going to be really unhappy if you do. Give yourself some time to think about it. Okay, here's the actual question. In our culture, who gets to be lucky, and how could we help change things so that more people are more lucky? So that's your question. In our culture, who gets to be quote unquote lucky, and how can we change things so that more people are more lucky? Down here it has the basic format of an essay, that your essay is going to have an introduction, body paragraphs, and a conclusion, and you're going to use MLA format. So MLA format is big and complicated. We can talk about it more in class. You're not learning it all this semester. For now, I just mean you're introducing a quote, meaning you're saying who it comes from, according to, and then the author's name. You're putting that quote in quote marks. Okay, and then you're talking a little bit about that quote. So we can look at this in class. It takes a while to get the hang of it. You're going to do it in my class. You're going to do it in English 101. You're going to do it in English 102. It takes a while to learn it, but I want you to get started. It's really, really important to do this, because if you don't put quote marks around things and say where your words and ideas are coming from, it's plagiarism, and that's bad. So we can talk more about MLA format in class. Okay, and that's it for this week. So I look forward to seeing you in class. Stay safe in the snow, and I guess I will now go feed the dog. Have a good night, everybody.